for the nerds. This is for the brainiacs. This what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back. You ain't gonna touch me. You not gonna do nothing. You are not above me. I bet you wish you was me. I know it. I know.
What is poppin', everybody, and welcome back to another Only Friends podcast. And I'm here with my only friends. But you know, I got my sidekick, Robin, in the building. What is poppin', Matt Berkey?
I'll tell you right now, Conrad, this is your last fucking warning. Okay, we talked about this prior to going live of whether or not you were going to continue to intro the show. You call me your sidekick one more goddamn time. That's it.
I can't wait till Friday.
I promise you. I promise you. I know people, man. All right? I know people that can get shit done. You will not be doing the intro beyond Friday if you call me your fucking sidekick one more time.
I really hope Guapo changes your lower thirds to Robin for Friday.
First of all, don't laugh. I know he's laughing at his own joke, but you're stealing what I've already done to Ethan and Mike. At least be original.
Nah.
You're right.
No,
I didn't think about that. It's fine. I'll find another combination. Don't worry.
Yeah, just call him a giraffe instead.
Wow, Landon's on some shit today. He's a little.
That means you're tall.
Nobody knows. Yeah, it's just a
Clumsy ass fuck. This guy wants to say
giraffes are very graceful.
This guy wants to say before podcast when I would do other things prior and move some things around by accident, he'd call me a giraffe. He did it twice today.
Okay, you said move some things around
by accident.
We need to adjust that.
No, I moved some
You would
things
trip over all of my wires.
Don't make it sound like more than it is. It happened one time.
And it's not because he's trying to be helpful. It's because he's randomly bopping about the room like a young little toddler with too much fucking energy.
Yeah. I had to do some push-ups, man. I needed space.
Today, Berkey, you tripped over 2 of my wires.
I did.
In a 5-minute span.
I did.
Yeah.
You're right.
True.
That's
this
why,
happened.
That's why we're late.
That's partially why we're late. We had a lot of things. The technology decided to shit the bed on us. Finally.
Hey, do I ever get a lower third now?
You have to work your way up for it. Yeah.
Andre's here, everyone.
I've given Guapo the power to make lower thirds now.
You have to earn your lower third.
Fuck you, Landon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I love Thanksgiving.
Melissa wants to know if Landon is wearing a shirt and no pants. Yeah, he's on his hot girl summer.
I'm wearing a shirt. Oh.
Kind of.
Oh my God. It's blinding.
What are you talking about?
You're so white.
Listen, man, this is part of the Giga Chad creation era.
That's color corrected too, properly. You can see that Brian's olivey skin.
Mm-hmm. the hint of undertones.
Yes.
I am from
very olivey.
I am from Norway.
I am Viking.
This is my downfall. But it's who I am.
As you can all tell.
From Norway.
As you can all tell. Right. Same. Interchangeable.
Different, but still same.
We have a great show in store for you guys today. It's going to be a little bit of follow-up on some of the things that are happening out in the space. And then a little lighthearted Thanksgiving tradition, best and worst type of list of that nature, if you will. But before we get to that, I want to give a huge shout out to this month's sponsor, WPT Global. They are still giving it away.
Giving it
to anybody who will literally just get in fucking line. You get a seat. They're the Oprah of satellite seats. Every night they have a 1-seat guarantee, Monday through Saturday. Sunday is an 8-seat guarantee, always overlays, of course. And I will be a bounty in said tournament this Sunday. So I hope to see you guys all there. We're coming up on it. We have a meeting today, right after this podcast, actually, for getting the logistics down as far as doing the show live from the Win.
Let's go.
Super excited for that. We're also going to be grinding. Myself, Conrad, Landon, we're all going to be out in the mix. Christian might even fucking play this one. Who knows?
Guapo might play this one.
Guapo might play this one.
It's true.
Hey, Guapo.
Hey, Guapo.
I might play this one.
Wow.
I'm going to win Jamin's seat.
Oh, actually, you might play this one.
Wait.
There's a 50-seat guaranteed satellite at the Win like a few days prior.
Yeah, I'll be in that.
seats.
I won 20%.
Holy shit.
Yeah, one way or another, like you're in.
I'll be playing that.
Whether we buy pieces or I just put you in, like you're in for sure.
That sounds good.
I want to see Tortoise getting
What's the
queens.
buy-in?
Wait,
for
when you
that
say
satellite.
in, you mean the satellite or the
Get him, Tortoise.
The satellite. You got a lot of work to do on this show before we start bringing in 10K seats.
All right.
Guapo, I think the buy-in is 1,100, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a 1 in 10 spot.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it's a satty to a satty for you, really.
Yeah.
You know, you get in for 1,100.
Right.
You take that little nub to the bubble.
Yep.
And
I fold queens on the bubble
Yeah,
and
you
I min
tortoise
cash.
your little ass into that min cash.
Bink, bink.
Before you know it, 15 G's
That's
in my
right.
pocket.
Landon, what do you want? Would you
One
rather
Bitcoin.
Would you rather have a horse who could win the whole fucking thing,
Yes.
or would you?
Yes. No. Yes.
Or one that'll cash 95% of the time.
95% cash rate.
No.
Why? It's guaranteed money.
Free money, bro.
Tortoise, I'll sponsor you.
My man.
Wow.
My man.
I'll tell
See,
you
he
what.
Gets it.
Both players, 20% ROI either way.
My,
think you
for
and I
what it's
both
worth,
know.
my win rate and winning the tournament rate in those $20 WSOP tournaments, I mean, it's through the roof.
It's basically the same
Yeah.
field.
I mean, you said it's gonna be a soft.
With all these satellite winners coming
Right.
from WPT Global,
It
this
might be
be
softer than the $50 freeze out on WSOP.
Shout out to all the
Who
satellite
do you
winners.
think knows
Might
how to?
be.
Who do you think knows how to navigate a day one better, Tortoise or Landon?
Landon.
Yes.
Tortoise or Kessler would be the better comparison.
Navigate. Just because you bust on a day one doesn't mean you played poorly.
Do you think if Lamanna and Kessler get heads up in a pot on day one,
Check down.
level,
Check.
level
Check.
5, shut up. Day one, level 5. Okay. There's 40 minutes left to go in the level. They stop the clock with 10 minutes remaining in order to play hand for hand.
Ooh.
Kessler and Lamanna get heads up in a pot.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah, we
they-
just stall it down.
Do
to
they
the
run
end.
out the 30
Yeah,
minutes?
that's a great idea, Kessler. If you're watching and that happens, we got it.
5 minutes per street.
5 minutes per
Single raise
decision.
pot.
Each.
Single raise pot, check down.
It's Vogelsang versus Vogelsang.
Yeah. It's a real chess match. Probably,
I bet you they would wait the 5 minutes and then min bet and then wait the 5 minutes, min bet,
Yeah.
min raise.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
You know?
Nothing I love more than when I'm playing, an online tournament and we're nearing the bubble and I'm in the big blind and somebody limps because I can take my time back all the way down to 0 and then on the flop take it all the way down to 0 and check, and then if they bet take it all the way down to 0 again.
No, you're not.
Bold of you to think that min bets are going to go in, Andre.
oh, Christ.
Well, we do
Incredible.
min bet so that we can max the amount of time we tank.
Mm.
It's maximum collusion. You just have extra streets now.
That's true. That is true. We actually got to witness the tortoise in action recently.
Oh, yes.
For all of you nerds and brainiacs out there who have been following along for quite a long period of time, we promised you an Only Friends version of Poker Out Loud.
Yes, we
And
did.
I'm here to say it's ready.
It's here.
Yeah.
When are we going to do the gimmick Poker Out Loud? We kind of should do one that's all us. The Only Friends version,
Oh, the only friends poker out loud.
right?
Oh, man.
I kind of like that. I like that.
Raise 50.
Ooh, we got a 5X on the cutoff. Ooh, Berkey, I'm gonna fuck you.
Easy peasy, just swing along, easy peasy, like a pendulum, easy peasy. Take life as it comes.
All right. I'm here to fuck Landon Tice.
How do I get into pots with these dumb nits?
Are we doing the 7 deuce game?
Honestly, I don't even think I'm supposed to be here at this point.
What I'm really considering is how much exactly is my face worth here?
He's going to keep talking for 5 fucking minutes because he just loves hearing himself speak.
Tortoise is out there gambling today.
Tortoise is in there.
Back in the game, boys and girls.
I don't give a fuck. I'm here to fuck people up.
What are you listening to?
Taylor Swift.
What song?
Easy peasy, just bounce around, easy peasy. Don't get too down, easy peasy.
Know you've made it when like someone spends their entire existence trying to like get under your skin or something.
Weird infatuation with
It's
nipples.
It's from well, the rubbing hundreds on your titties is like an old poker meme
Bling blang blow.
from back in the pre-Black Friday days, but I think it also like stems from Fat Bastard.
Yeah, I've seen you do that multiple times.
I can't remember what he does, but somehow he ends up like milking his titty.
You are a big fan of
I
Fat
loved
Bastard.
Austin Powers.
Austin
Fat
Powers.
Bastards.
He's like your
particularly.
favorite character of the whole
Incredible.
franchise.
It was great.
It was the
Genius.
greatest movie of that era when
Yeah.
we were that age. Like,
Yeah,
it was the
as far as
funniest.
like shtick comedy goes,
Yeah.
he fucking nailed it. Just couldn't do better. We have that coming out for you guys Monday through Friday next week. We're going to premiere it immediately after the podcast each day, so you guys could be sure. Yeah, so I'm looking at the chat. Big mistake. Goddamn.
Didn't we have a conversation about the chat?
That
prior?
nipple rubbing was wild. We'll be premiering it right after the podcast. So if you are tuning in Monday through Friday, it'll kick right over to the episode of Only Friends Poker Out Loud immediately thereafter. I believe we're going to be able to get a preview for the members of our community. I'm not positive on that. I'm going to check with the upload tonight. So if that is the case, you guys will have it probably Friday. Take the weekend, indulge a little if you like, or maybe just wait for everybody else and watch it during the premiere. It's up to you. But in any event, that will be live next week. Really pumped to see it. It looks like a good time from the preview, to say the least. Additionally, and all of the members here already know this, as I posted something on Monday to our community wall, we are doing a Black Friday sale. So from now until next Wednesday? They have 1 week.
December 1st.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know. I have it. It's going to expire on December 1st, so I don't know if it'll be good on December 1st or end.
Well,
So
hey, don't
just
gamble.
Don't
Get
gamble.
out there.
Get there before December 1st.
Half off your first 3 months if you're not already a member of S4Y TV. Just use the code Friday22. That will get you a 2-week free trial as well as 3 months at half the cost of our usual membership. Be sure to head over to solve4y.io. Check out what we got. Watch a little bit of Poker Out Loud. Maybe a little on second thought. Dozens upon dozens of courses. If you guys need any help or direction as far as like what it is that you should be studying, feel free to join our Discord. You can find that link at our Solve4Y Twitter at Solve4Y TV. All right, let's get into the shits. Connie, you got a little something for us.
Oh, fuck. I've been putting this shit off all fucking week. I don't want to talk about this shit. Oh, it's time. Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Oh man, let's fucking go is right. We need to pick up, guys. We need to pick me up this week because we absolutely got trashed last week. Every single one of us lost except for the tortoise.
I can't believe
You all lost except
I
for me?
won. I picked Chargers +5. They lost by 3.
You're
If
right.
I could do
You're
math,
right.
27
so
plus 5.
This little area over here is getting their pick.
I can't believe the Steelers weren't getting 7. I feel cheated.
It was like 2.5, I think.
Man, I feel they should have fucking won that game.
Yeah, I mean,
so back to the 9-0 mystery miracle run for the Steelers.
Hey, I said there was gonna be a trap game.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought
that
it might
one.
be
We're
the
just going to
Colts.
beat the
Yeah.
Colts now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Colts are getting fucked.
Yeah.
nobody's beating the Colts.
Monday night game now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Jeff Sunday.
Jeff Sunday is about.
Oh, it is a Monday night game,
Yeah.
so Jeff Sunday's fucked.
Yeah, that's right.
That might be right.
He's not just going to be Jeff Monday.
No, he's not.
Not this time, buddy. Not this time.
I like how they in unison said no.
Oh, let's not shit all over the Friday version of this. So like, we don't need to get into predictions unless somebody's picking a Thursday game.
No.
I'm going to stay away from the Thursday games. I wasn't a fan of them.
Yeah.
You're not on that Dallas grind?
I mean, actually, Dallas looks pretty fucking good.
What about the Lions?
What about the Lions?
Who are the Lions
The
playing?
Red
Whatever
Hot
you
Lions.
do not bet against the Lions.
Never.
The
bet,
Lions might go 9-0 on the
never
backstretch.
bet against the Lions.
So we have the Steelers and the Lions both going 9-0 now.
Well, no, the Steelers are going to go 8-1. That's obviously, and then they lost.
Right. Well, Berkey did originally say 7-2.
I
and
did.
He got a little,
I was reasonable. And then I got a little Yinzery.
A little Yinzer, yeah.
Then you had Hopium.
happens.
Oh man, that reminds me. Keep talking. I have to send Guapo something.
What about the hopium?
No,
it's
the Yinzer.
It's like the,
Oh, no.
yeah, the
I know what
Yinzer
you're
of all
talking about.
Yinzers.
I mean,
Who did,
people need to witness what we are in our own element.
Conrad, who did you pick? You picked the Giants. Oh, you picked
my
against
God.
the Lions.
Yeah, they did not do well.
Oh my God.
You did say
they got
that.
fucking
Danny Dimes,
rocked.
he did very well for fantasy, but not well for the game.
That guy stinks,
Man,
man.
it was just a bad game
Mid.
overall.
Yeah.
He's
Jets
talking
got
about him being
fucking-
a top 10 quarterback.
Yo, fuck everything. How this has to be the first time in history that a 5-2 quarterback is getting benched.
Zach Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has to be the first time in history.
Well,
I was
the
thinking
Jets
that earlier.
also stink.
Well, no, they don't. They actually have like probably the best team outside of a quarterback.
Well, they put up
They have a good defense.
They have
3
the
points,
best.
right? Their defense
Well, let's not
does.
say the best.
Their defense comes out, plays lights out, plays great, right? The offense comes out, puts up 3 points, and then after the game, the media says to Zach Wilson, "Do you think I don't know exactly."
They said,
how
do
they
you
put it.
think you let the defense
Yeah, do you let the
down?
defense down?
And he had the
he just said,
nerve.
no.
He had the nerve to say no. Get the fuck out of here.
That was it. Just no. Like,
I think the way he interpreted the question is, do you think that your teammates feel any certain way about you regarding the fact that you guys didn't
I mean,
score?
I guess you can make excuses for him all you want.
I'm just seeing it from, hey man, I get it.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's got that dog in him.
You
though.
go out there and you say, listen, our defense played great, and the offense, we need to step up, and we need to capitalize on how well the defense played for us, and then that's it. And you walk off, and then you're done.
His
And then
stat
you're probably
line,
still
not
starting
impressive.
this week.
Not an impressive stat line. I don't think that's the reason why he's starting or not starting.
I think that is the reason.
It is 100% the reason. Like if he would have just if he would have just said yes, like we definitely let the defense down. He has the locker room still kind of behind him. Like yeah, whatever. It was a shitty game, but like that's their quarterback. Once he says that he didn't let them down, it's like get the fuck out of here with the bullshit.
I mean, what do you want the guy to do? They've been overperforming for half a season.
Overperforming?
He has a
kidding
wide
me?
receiver who hasn't caught a fucking ball since week 2, and I only know this because he's been on my goddamn bench in fantasy. I can't even think of
for what it's
That's
worth.
because Falco was throwing
The Jets' defense is legit.
No,
They're good.
yeah, for
they
sure.
are good.
Absurdly legit.
They are good, and they are the reason that they have as many wins as they have.
But yes, but like they're okay. They're good, but like you saw the Steeler game as much as I did. They are a mid team, period.
Yeah.
Right? Like even with their defense being good, the Steelers put up like 26 or something like that. I don't remember, but
you guys are wilding. Like this is a Super Bowl defense the Jets have.
God.
The Jets definitely like this team reminds me of Rex Ryan's first year when
there's no Darrell Revis on this team, man.
Are you kidding me? Sauce Gardner might be better than him.
Good. Yeah.
He might be better than Darrell Revis.
Don't say silly things.
I'm not.
Don't say silly
Sauce
things.
is a fucking beast. Do you know this guy had 0 touchdown throws against him in college? He went to Cincinnati. Not one.
He went to Cincinnati.
Hey, that's
It's
ACC.
college.
Exactly.
It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
It
It's
could be worse.
college.
I went to Florida State. I know ACC. It could be worse. It could be like Atlantic 10.
Sure. Okay,
point is,
granted,
the
it
dude
could
is-
be Atlantic 10.
He's a sick fuck, man. Like he's nasty.
good.
So you lost your pick.
There you go. You also lost your pick, though.
I did lose my pick.
Guapo,
admittedly.
please.
Yeah, it's not looking good. This is one of my favorite segments too. Like I like to think of myself as a sharp when it comes to like UFC and MMA stuff, and I'm just getting wrecked. But it's my fault. Don't bet on somebody who's making more money on OnlyFans than they are fighting. So, no more bets for Marina Moroz.
That does make it difficult to stay motivated.
But I've got a great pick for this weekend. It is a win-win. So tune in on Friday because I literally cannot lose.
Oh man, he cannot lose. Let's go.
You better tune in Friday.
I want to know.
You know what? Let me give my pick now because I'm not going to be here Friday.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, continue. I want to know how I'm not a sharp when I pick the only way that I know how. And it's exactly the same way this man that we're about to witness picks. Not Laman.
Not Brian.
The link I
the
sent
segment.
The Yinzer pick.
Yinzer
no.
pick. I never got it. Did you send it on Discord?
Did he not nod at me when I went guapo?
No,
he scored.
I think he looked at you
And he
with
goes,
confusion in his eyes.
Did you send it in Discord?
Yeah.
There's nothing here, Poppy.
Where did I send it?
It's not here.
I probably sent it to the marketing chat. Oh my god, I sent it to
the community one.
To the community one.
I do that shit all the time.
If you guys are part of our Discord, you just got a hell of a link.
You can just watch it right there.
My bad.
Those clumsy giraffe fingers.
Man.
Be nice.
They don't have fingers, Landon.
You
They
do.
have hooves.
Makes more sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
I guess it kind of does. I bet they can't palm a basketball either.
Yeah. They can probably dunk though. They're fucking tall ass.
They can definitely dunk.
All right, here's a man. This is one of my people. Get your terrible towels. Get all your 412s up in the chat.
Like one of those things like, where were you when JFK got shot? You know? Or where were you when astronauts landed on the moon? You know? Or 9/11. Immaculate Reception is the same way, to me.
And you were in Youngstown, Ohio.
I was in Youngstown, Ohio. And I always have that memory. It was crazy. Like one of those things like...
That's actually...
The JFK assassination, the landing on the moon, 9/11, the Immaculate Reception. I almost said conception. Immaculate Reception.
Is that what he was trying to say?
Probably saying that the
No.
Immaculate Reception is maybe...
It's more profound.
important than
It's more
the Immaculate
profound.
Conception.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is this an NFL thing?
Well,
Yeah,
well
it's a
one
Yinzer
actually
thing.
happened, so...
Oh my god.
It's in the Bible. That man is actually Brian's grandfather.
Yeah, it
you
could be.
You didn't know.
He
Okay.
could- Listen, it's serious in Pittsburgh, as you can tell, right? We take our football serious. I don't know how many people have actually have been to Pittsburgh, but if you've ever flown into Pittsburgh and you're walking through the terminal towards the baggage claim, you'll see a nice statue of
Franco Harris.
Franco Harris right next to him. A nice statue of our
George
founding
Washington.
father, George Washington. It literally is the two of them together.
Yeah.
So that's how we view things. Right?
Yeah.
Can you guys explain the Immaculate Reception
Okay,
test?
so here's the backstory. And also, right behind that backdrop that Brian's describing is a giant T-Rex skeleton. Because we take our goddamn science seriously
That's
in Pittsburgh,
right.
okay?
We love
These are the
Jurassic
three
Park.
things that we care about most. Football, history,
That's
and
right.
science.
You go there, you go see a football game, you go to the Carnegie Science Center, and then you go get yourself a Primanti sandwich, get on a plane, and leave.
Yeah, that's it.
Because, okay, just for context, when I watched that, and I watched it multiple times, right? I thought that this guy was an idiot, like talking about conspiracies.
No.
And-
So the Immaculate Reception, well, to Raiders fans, it may be a bit of a conspiracy.
Okay.
But the Immaculate Reception was in the AFC Championship it was the divisional round.
This is what people don't know, and you might not even know this.
What?
Is this
They
it?
did not win the Super Bowl.
No, I knew that.
Okay, yeah. So it was the divisional round.
Yeah, they lost in
Right.
the AFC Championship. Well, I guess I didn't know that because I thought it was the AFC Championship.
No, yeah.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Damn.
This was
What?
literally the last play of the game.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they were
Right.
losing. This was to win the game.
It bounced off a guy's head.
Off John
Right.
Stallworth's helmet.
And Franco Harris, out of nowhere, just finds it and scoops it up before it hits the ground and runs in and scores,
Oh
and they
my
win the
God.
game.
Your city must have been destroyed after that.
This is what watch
No
this.
fucking way.
Insane.
You've never seen that?
I've never seen
That's
that.
It's an
That's
iconic
amazing.
moment in sports history. I
know.
believe if I got the timeline right, this was right before they started to go on their fourth Super Bowl
It's
run.
1972. It was the year the Dolphins went undefeated.
Correct,
So
yeah.
the Dolphins played them, and this game led to the AFC Championship, where they played the Dolphins, where the Dolphins beat Pittsburgh, went on to win.
I love my Dolphins.
Yes.
Right. And then I think the Steelers won either 73-74 or 74-75, a year off, and then back-to-back again.
Something like that. Or maybe a couple years off and then back to back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my pick.
Go on.
Vikings -2.5.
Versus?
They are playing. Fuck, man. I
playing
had
Detroit.
this. I
Wow,
had-
wow,
no,
he-
no, no, no.
No,
They're playing the
not
Pats. They're playing
yeah.
the Pats. Sorry.
Wow, that's a bold
Bounce
fucking
back
pick.
game. What?
I like
That sucked.
Vikings.
They just got throttled by Dallas.
Vikings at home. Daddy Kirk Cousins. They're here, man.
Okay.
They're here.
You heard it here first.
Vikings here. I was gonna go Lions plus 9.5, but I kind of got scared. I'm just gonna avoid the Lions.
Corey doesn't like that.
Lions plus 9.5 against Buffalo though on
Corey doesn't
Thanksgiving.
like that at all. But that video of the man describing where he was when the Immaculate Reception happened, that is every single Yinzer 65 plus
My dad
in the
would
city
know,
of Pittsburgh.
yep.
I mean, like they talk like that. They believe like that. Like that is their identity. It's their livelihood. They've been in the same city for the last 55 years, maybe longer. That's us. We bleed black and gold, and some would call that a fault. I see it as just a real character defining trait. No. We're loyal, goddammit. We don't have two fucking teams that we split time between.
Yeah.
Scumbag. Fucking scumbag. All right. I want to get into a little bit of a couple more serious topics that we've kind
More
of
serious than the Immaculate Reception.
I mean, where do you go to from there, Brian?
I don't know.
You
It's
know?
only downhill.
I guess we got to get into like actual news.
Yeah.
My bad, but we've been kind of putting this off since we had guests the last couple of days. The first thing I want to follow up on is the global payments solution scam that's been going on. This reached all the way up to ESPN, which is good and bad, I guess. Good in the sense that, you know, we're getting a lot of attention drawn to a clear problem. Awareness is being brought out, but bad because this seems to be the only time poker makes it to ESPN. Right. And also, this isn't even a poker thing. It's just poker players who are being taken advantage of.
Right.
It's like the worst of the worst cases. But to catch everybody up, if you didn't see last week's episode with Todd, effectively what happened is that something with so Global Payments Gaming Solutions is a third-party payment processor that does all the ACH transfers or e-checks for all of regulated, or at least most of regulated gaming sites, including WSOP, BetMGM, I believe DraftKings as well, and possibly FanDuel. I know I got an email this morning saying that somebody successfully got into my FanDuel account and that I should change the password, so I did so, but it doesn't matter. I don't even think I have anything linked to it. It's illegal in Nevada, so I don't think I ever actually funded the account. But nevertheless, what had been happening, what originally happened was a handful of people had been taken for a reasonable amount of money. I believe Todd was taken for upwards of $10,000, as was Joey Chong and a few others. And then others were clipped for like smaller amounts, like $1,500 or $1,100, whatever the case may be. And what seemed to be occurring was anybody who set up an ACH or e-check account with these regulated sites, be it BetMGM, WSOP, what have you, they got put into a registry. And that database, since it was going through the same third party across all sites, was shared through all sites, right? So effectively, if you created an account on one site, you all but created an account on all sites. Think of it as using PayPal, right? If you have a PayPal account, it doesn't matter if you're uploading to WSOP or eBay, PayPal information will be utilized and stored on all of them, right? It's just a login for you. Well, in this instance, it's not a login for you because it's all managed on the back end of the particular site that you're utilizing. So now the security falls on both the third party and the second party software that you're utilizing to ensure that your data is safe. Well, what this scammer seems to have found was a loophole where sites like BetMGM, I believe DraftKings as well, and a few others have very poor withdraw and deposit protocols. So you can basically deposit a large sum, whatever your limit is, and then withdraw upwards of that similar amount without ever playing. Now, I don't think this is true across the board. I'm pretty sure the WSOP either forces you to play or they have same in, same out.
I believe they have same in, same out.
Okay, so if it's same in, same out, what that means is that if you deposit through an e-check, it has to go back out through the e-check.
I could be wrong on that.
I'm pretty certain you're right. Because I've reached limits on e-check before where I have to also deposit through PayPal. and then whenever I withdraw, I have to go whatever my last deposit was. Anyway, same in, same out is good because you can't create a new, or you can't reroute it to a new account, right? Or a new withdrawal
you can take
method.
money out of your account, but then if they try to withdraw, it has to go right back to your account.
Correct. So it's basically a one-way transfer, which means that somebody who gets who's able to breach the information can't really access the money, right? Because they haven't breached your banking info. But it seems as though DraftKings, as well as BetMGM and a few others, allow you to withdraw through whatever methodology you want. So what people were doing was they were getting access to the information necessary to create a new account. So this would be like name, address, and it seems like the social security number.
Maybe last 4 digits.
It's last 4 digits for BetMGM, and that's just to confirm the payment. Right, so you can create the account with all the basic info, name, address, phone number, etc. You create a new account in a new territory, call it like BetMGM West Virginia or something like that. You don't need to be local to create the account. You only need to be local to play. So they create these new accounts that are spoof accounts of people who do exist. They utilize all of their information. Then they get the option to utilize previously registered payment processing. The e-check through Global Payment Global Payment Gaming Solutions is obviously there. To confirm on BetMGM, all you need are the last 4 digits of your SOCH. And that information is obviously a lot easier to get. So what ended up happening was a lot of people were being taken advantage of. And this then began to blossom. So coincidentally, by us shining a light on it, it kind of had the opposite effect. Rather than it snuffing out who was doing this and lessening the amount of people who were being affected, it seemed like the opposite happened. And now more sites became affected and more people were coming out saying like, I've been stolen from, and it all seemed to happen in a very short period of time. So we're not out of the woods with this. There are some precautionary measures that people can take. They can either close the bank account or checking account that's linked to global payment processing, or they can call the hotline associated with Global Payment Gaming Solutions, ask them to remove them from their database. I believe they can also email support to have this done as well, right? As a quick follow-up to kind of like more information that we've learned since, it seems as though this isn't necessarily any one entity's fault, but kind of a collection of the whole, right? So like, for instance, WSOP isn't, at least to my knowledge, they aren't being targeted, but because they utilize GPGS as a payment processor, now if you only have opened a WSOP account and used ACH, you can now be attacked on MGM platform, on DraftKings platform. Like, it basically carries over to all these other areas that are vulnerable, right? So in that instance, Global Payment Gaming Solutions is liable. But on the other side of it, it's only working because of poor protocols on DraftKings side, on BetMGM side, etc. And what we're seeing is that nobody has eliminated ACH as a payment processor yet. And we've all kind of just been like, hands on head, like, what the fuck is going on? Just, disable this option until we get this figured out. I think I understand why they're not, though.
That's their main.
Yeah, what do you think the amount of volume of money coming in is? It has to be like 90+% comes through this processor, right? So, DraftKings, BetMGM, whoever else, WSOP, etc., they're not going to cripple themselves in the near term. So I think that there's solutions being worked on behind the scenes. We're not really that in the know. Global Payment Gaming Solutions put out a statement in the ESPN article. They said there has been no security breach or fraudulent accounts opened at our gaming business in connection with this investigation. The protection of our customers and their clients' information and funds is our top priority, and we are working with these third parties to ensure any impacted individuals are refunded. Now, from what I understand, the refund process has been going relatively smoothly. People have been recovering their funds, at least with regard to everything that I've seen in the public eye. That's true. But I'm not confident that there has been no security breach. Like, this information is certainly leaking from somewhere. And it seems as though there had to have been a data breach either on the global payment side or on some or all of these regulated platforms.
I'm sorry. How could it be there no like
security breach?
Yeah, how is that even possible?
Well, I think that they're implying, and I understand because this actually could be true. I think they're implying that like so like say somebody wanted to attack Matt Berkey because they know that I have a high deposit limit and I've used ACH or something like that.
Okay.
I think they're implying that like you could buy my information on the dark web. And that's probably true.
It is.
Right? So that sort of holds a little bit of weight until you start to see some of the people coming out of the woodwork that like aren't public figures.
Yeah.
Right? So the more people who are being attacked that aren't necessarily in the public eye and wouldn't necessarily be correlated to having a high deposit limit or anything along those lines makes me think that there's more likely to have been a data breach somewhere across the board.
Yeah,
we don't know who, we don't know what database has been leaked, but it seems pretty probable that's the case. It's also a little challenging because like maybe not, right? Maybe they just have a list of customers on any of these regulated sites
and just going
and
through.
Know that like they only need the final 4 digits of the SOCH to attack BetMGM and others, right? And if that's the case, now maybe that's pretty easy to access, right? Like if you just have a list of 10,000 names and you're like, well, I need the last 4 digits of their SOCH, like let me go farm for it.
Yeah, when we talk about like the dark web part, like buying it off of there, like there's no fucking filter option to find somebody's name. Like you would buy a bunch of names and like social security numbers. Like you would buy like it as a lot. So like it wouldn't be a filter of, hey, I can get to go look up Matt Berkey's social security number and pay
probably
the
multiple
XY.
Matt Berkeys in the world too. So probably.
Well, I'd like to think I'm the only one.
There's only one giraffe.
I would definitely say it's impossible for like them to be buying off the dark web almost.
That data, I think you're right. That data breach could have come from anywhere. Like it could have been like a mortgage company. Right?
Well, I believe that there was an MGM data breach 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
That they were saying has no correlation to this. I think it was actual MGM, not BetMGM. But my best guess is like if you had that rough customer list, you're going to find a lot of crossover.
Yeah. Well, what it sounds like is some sort of data breach happened to get critical information, and then the protocols on BetMGM with basically making it very easy for people to deposit. That comes with the cost.
Correct.
Of security of funds.
Yep.
So now all I need are this information that's pretty readily accessible, right? Like it's kind of easy to get that stuff these days.
Yeah.
I feel.
What, social security numbers and stuff?
Yeah, all of that stuff. Like
it is, but like for a specific person, I don't think it is.
Well, it doesn't need to be one. We can still do this at volume.
Yeah.
It's really just finding all you would need is to cross-populate, right? If you have a list of MGM customers and you're able to get you get a list of MGM customers whose data has been breached, and you run it through a filter of people who potentially have accounts on BetMGM or whatever, you're just going to have some hits. Like, sure, you're going to end up having some duds.
Yeah.
And maybe that's how this ultimately gets found out. I don't know, but I imagine that it probably doesn't matter. They might have just like initially filtered the list for people who certainly had deposited. Guys like Dandruff, guys like I don't want to speak to others because I don't think they've come out publicly, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
and then like as the jig is up, now they don't give a shit. They just start firing, you know?
Maybe. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've been speaking to Melissa Burr a lot privately. I think we're going to try to do a Twitter Spaces over this. She's very well informed. She doesn't really want to do the whole podcast thing and come out publicly that way, but I think that we're just going to like have a discussion at some point over the next couple of days. I was going to try for today, but it's already late in the day. I'm a little bit busy, so maybe Friday. So stay tuned for that. As more information leaks, obviously we'll keep everybody updated. Kind of a big deal whenever people are just able to attack and take so much money. Fortunately, though, like I said, it seems all parties involved are doing a pretty good job of repaying. Like everyone's aware of the issue at this point, at least.
Yeah. It seems like they're on top of it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that quote that I read from the article is now like pretty dated, even though it's only like 3 or 4 days old.
Yeah.
Right? Because so much has changed. Like now that DraftKings has kind of been breached as well, it's clear that this spans out way, way, way further than, just some small little rinky-dink, let's attack.
It's amazing that these companies, they don't have these protocols in place. They seem simple protocols, right? It's just like the same in, same out. It seems like an easy fix. Maybe not. I don't know how much coding or whatever would have to be changed for them to.
It's not that, Brian. I think it's that same in, same out was a part of regulatory pressure from Nevada Gaming, as far as I understand.
Okay.
Right. So it's a precedent that's set here that nobody else gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Because like your security is only going to be as tight as it's forced to be.
But if your customers are getting attacked, then
now.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that like can't they fix that now?
Oh,
I don't know how much would go into like them just.
Well, let me give you for instance. We have a range viewer on our site.
Yes. No, I know.
Right.
Yes.
We want to add a new range to it. We have a piece of broken code.
Right.
That was 3.5 months ago.
I know, man. I know. Right. That's what I'm saying. It might not be that simple.
And granted, we're a small operation. We can't pay. If we wanted to pay out the ass, we could have had it fixed overnight. But like the point is, this is a more complicated solution. So I'm sure, yes, you're correct that they could be executing better changes.
Right.
And they could be a lot more preemptive. That's kind of the problem too, right? Is like a lot of business is done in a way where they can understand and preempt potential problems and loopholes, but don't want to pay the cost until something happens, right? You do a cost benefit analysis and say, what's the cost of leaving this loophole up and the probability that anybody finds it versus paying out of the ass right now and making sure that it's shored up. And across the board, every time we see a scandal, it's because they did that analysis and said, we'll take the gamble, Yep.
No gamble, no future.
No gamble, no future.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's just like the Amazon like one touch purchase, right? Like if they adjust it to be more secure, they're going to lose a lot of money. And they're probably making more money having the exploit.
Yeah, and then just refunding people.
And refunding people than they are the opposite, the alternative.
Yeah. You had something you wanted to talk about. Let's dig into it a little.
Yeah. It's been a really weird situation, obviously, with the Norman Chad, Joey Ingram. I don't even want to say it's a fight. It's not really a fight, but a debacle, let's say. Norman is, I would say, a friend of mine from the poker space. And we've had a lot of conversations about things that he finds wrong inside of the poker sphere. And it looks like, he is a person that shares his mind and he comes down hard on people.
Just real quick, to give a little bit more insight for anybody who's not following closely along. What happened was during the Robbie scandal, Norman was pretty actively tweeting, maybe directly at Joey, maybe indirectly at Joey, basically kind of saying like, this is a circus, enough with the emergency streams, etc. And Joey kind of took a little bit of offense to that.
Correct. So
back.
Yeah, I was going to go into it, but okay. Norman, he has worked for a newspaper for a very long time. He writes a blog, I think, or something like that. So I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he has some sort of journalism background outside of that.
I'm pretty confident he studied journalism.
Yeah, and he holds that to a very high degree. When he sees what's going on with the whole Robbie J. Loot thing and the Garrett thing, he just didn't feel like the people surrounding the investigation, the talking heads, were doing it justice. Didn't think it was fair, didn't think it was properly journalized. I don't know what the correct word is, but they didn't think the integrity is high. And he called Joey out. And then Joey responded. And if you can pull that up again and just scroll down a little bit, Guapo. But Joey responded, and he, in my opinion, came at Norman pretty harshly. In response, Norman got death threats from Joey's community, and he deactivated his Twitter and left it all together. And to me, that really sucks because, it's really important that we don't live in an echo chamber anywhere we are. And I think Norman, anybody that knows him, or even if you don't know him, he wants poker to succeed. And he has different ways of going about it. Him deactivating his Twitter account is a hit to the poker community, in my opinion. But I just wanted to just open the floor a little bit to you guys on what your guys' thoughts are, because, you know, I think that there is the other side where Norman just doesn't understand today's media, and the expectations that he has are completely unsustainable for any podcast or any daily show or anything, any investigation that's going on directly after the fact. We're seeing that kind of right now with Elon trying to make Twitter the citizens journalism of the world, and how difficult that is right now. And we're also seeing it play out in real time in crypto. But yeah, I want to get your guys' thoughts on what you felt about the Norman Chad and Joey Ingram.
Yeah, I have a pretty strong opinion both ways, so I'll hold off till last if you guys want to interject.
Joey's response was not the best, but might have incited other people. Really? But yeah, I don't know.
So this is the same thing that happened, I think, what Ebony was saying, with when you have a platform that is huge, your words matter a lot. And I'm sure Ebony, for the foreseeable future, she's still going to get shit if ever she opens her mouth on Twitter, because of the way that Joey did or did not police his chat, and how it blew up, etc. But the real question, I guess the underlying question is, like, do these content creators have a responsibility? We a lot of times think Joe Rogan has a responsibility, which guests he brings on, what he says, are they accurate, etc. But also,
there's a slight. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a slight difference between trying to monitor your chat in real time and then actively saying something yourself when you're the head of said platform, right?
Sure.
So it's like when Joey comes out and says, you're gonna he needs a cracked rib or what I don't know the exact phrasing that he used, but when you have all these people behind you that hang on to like every word you say a lot of the times, then it might incite them to start doing things that aren't,
Has anybody seen the threat to?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tweeted it.
Yeah, it was in the tweet. It was in that that video.
Okay, just I know Joey said he didn't know who it was. That's why.
Actually,
no, Joey said it.
Guapo, you can play that video clip right there.
Joey said it.
I just saw it.
Said what?
That he was gonna.
Yeah. Here,
no, I'm not talking about that.
Listen to this real quick, Conrad. Volume.
This guy Norman Chad, bro. He said, on the heels of his ongoing, riveting, reckless investigation of Jack 4. Is it really reckless? What does this guy fucking know about investigating? Like, what the fuck does this guy even do? I don't understand. What does this guy do exactly? Like, he just sits in his fucking house and makes jokes on Twitter? Like, what does this guy actually do? I don't really understand. Like, I don't know what the fuck this guy is. Like, I know he talks about poker. I met him a few times, but I don't really know what this guy's talking about. Like, he basically dissing my investigation. Like, I feel like he got to be cracked in the fucking ribs. At least, I feel like he need one. Like, when I see him, I feel like he need, like, you got to go up to the guy. Hey, Norman has a bam, one shot in the fucking ribs, right? One shot right there in the fucking ribs, right? Just not. We don't want to fucking break the rib, right? But you want to make him. Thank you. We appreciate that, Norman. You made 4 tweets. I'm going to give you 4 shots to the fucking rib.
Yeah, that is taking it way, way, way too far. You can't, when you have tens of thousands of people watching you, right, and you say you need to go up to him and hit and attack him, essentially assault him, right? Whether he's joking or not, we don't know how people are going to take that.
I agree.
Right? And it's just, I think it's going way, way too far.
I also didn't see any, was these definitely death threats
Who cares?
That's my
This
point.
isn't the point.
Who cares?
Like
No,
what?
no,
Like
no,
where?
I'm just curious because that's what I didn't see.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
who cares?
Like the point is
I
when
doubt
you have a
Norman's
platform,
making it up, and if
like,
he is, who cares?
the point is when you have a platform,
that.
you have to be on the ball 100%. That's part of the responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's really regardless, like edible stream, this, that, whatever, you know. And I'm sure from an objective standpoint, seeing it and realizing, okay, this is clearly not the way that you want to be engaging with a person that is, call it opposing what you're doing or in any sort of way, but being able to like incite violence is clearly not the answer. And it's a misuse of platform and understanding responsibility.
I actually have a lot to say on this, but I'm going to try to keep it brief because.
Let me say one thing before you do that. Another thing that alarmed me was Joey not saying the same thing to other people that I think have done a lot worse than what Norman did. Norman, it's like tepid criticism to me, right? Don't get me wrong, Norman can be on his almost like a soapbox sometimes, but he has a lot of things to say. He has a lot of ideas that I think are time tested. Like he is from the traditional world. And I do think there is a disconnect. Let me just say there is a disconnect between how media was and how media is.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's okay if he says, I don't like how media is, I'm out. But I don't, why I'm saying that is I don't want to just say like, oh, Norman is only the victim here, because he is definitely levying some sort of attacks on Joey.
I think just from like a human like standpoint, we can all agree that it was a bad look, and it's you have to be on the ball at all times when it comes to these things, when it comes to the words you say, when it comes to the tweets that you put out, when you have a large following. That's part of the responsibility, you know, and not everyone's going to be perfect, right, and have like a perfect upstanding reputation, but obviously from looking at it from being weeks removed, and like even if I'm sure if you show Joey, like he'd be like, yeah, like not great.
Sure.
Yeah,
right.
But
I think so too.
Didn't he double down and tweet it as well?
Yeah.
Right. So that it's not like, it wasn't like, oh, you know what, I was in the heat of passion and I said something I shouldn't have, and I apologize and I did all this. He doubled down and then tweeted it out too. So it's like that. I mean, I don't think you can
all right,
do that, and he definitely needs to retract and apologize for sure.
Yeah, I want to say a lot of things. Some in defense of Joey and some heavily criticizing him. I've learned a lot this year doing this show over 170 episodes. A lot. And the first and probably most pressing one, and we did an entire show on this earlier this year, is how much amplification you have with a microphone and a big platform. And that is a responsibility that I don't think we take seriously enough. And that's probably where a little bit of the ire from Norman comes from. You know, he's had a lot of criticism for us in the past as well. Some maybe justified, others maybe he's just being a little bit of a curmudgeon. But he's entitled to it. And I respect him a ton for everything he's done for the industry and, you know, just being in the space for decades longer than me, not poker specifically, but journalism. So it's like, even when I don't agree, and we've had some pretty, you know, agree to disagree type of conversations, where I do think that he is probably behind the times and leaning a little bit too much into traditional journalism and yearning for days of the past. At the end of the day, I'm never going to have any ill will towards Norman. I love him as a human. I think he's very well intended, even if he comes off crabby. You know, it is what it is. The bigger point that I've taken away from all of this, and what I think is so problematic about this interaction, is twofold. Number one, it's a lack of deference between peers. And that's something that we just see way too often in this space. To a point where like it's what creates that toxic environment that we all love to complain about, but nobody likes to do anything about, right? Like there's just absolutely no excuse whatsoever. Even if and I can completely understand where Joey's offended, right? Like Norman's basically comparing him to doing the weather. And that is very reductive to the amount of time, energy, and effort that Joey's putting into his craft. Right. He has the right to be offended, but it needs to be handled with deference, right? Even if Norman is out of line, even if he's a little out of pocket and he's saying offensive things, you need to be the bigger person in that instance, and vice versa, right? The same would hold true if, let's say, Joey reacted in a more appropriate emotional way and just said, like, fuck you, right? Norman should then handle that with deference and say, like, okay, this is going in a direction that it shouldn't. We're peers. This was never intended to tear each other down, right? Let me handle this offline privately. But we skipped the fuck you part, and we went right into an angry emotional response where, whether it was a metaphor or, just said in, I don't even want to say in jest because obviously there was nothing funny about that, but like said without any seriousness behind it, you are inciting a crowd. And I learned this the hard way. And by comparison, it's so small, right? But I was dragged for weeks for using the word hysteria, maybe hysterical, either or, it doesn't really matter. And I was speaking to Bonomo, but there was a woman in the thread, and just that presence alone turned it into a very gendered word. And it came off like, whether it came off more aggressively, whether it was intended to be more, whatever, it didn't matter. All that mattered was the public perception, right? And it was reductive, and it was something that I had to walk back and apologize for, and mainly because that charged word led to a large group of followers taking my side, taking my stance, right? And running with it and amplifying it and doubling down and tripling down and, making it hard for the other person to be heard. And that's not the way discourse goes, right? It's not about drowning out the other side. It's about having a good faith back and forth.
That's the issue with Twitter as a whole, right? Is the good faithness just inherently
that's a cop-out.
But I'm not saying that that's the reason why this happened the way it did, right? It could very clearly between peers have positive discourse, but it reduces itself very quickly, and that's the issue.
Right, but that's the deeper issue that I'm talking about. That's a cop-out to blame the platform.
Right.
That's like saying Joey being on YouTube. That's the problem with having your own YouTube stream. It's not the problem. The problem is the person not having enough foresight to recognize that they're in a position of power and that there's responsibility that comes with that.
Right. The problem is the response of, like, in the fuck you response. The problem is responding with fuck you. That's an issue.
It is, but it's a lesser one than I think this guy needs 4 shots to the ribs.
Right. They both don't lead to positive, good faith discussions.
Correct.
And that's the issue.
Correct.
Not the platform, the people involved in the
right. But in Joey's defense, I can understand why you wouldn't want to use your platform to flesh this out, right? Like, you don't want to show Norman deference in an instance where you feel attacked. Sorry, I have the hiccups. So I can understand why that immediate response, because I had that same immediate response.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm getting blowback for using a word that I didn't even know was gendered. And I didn't really use it in what I felt was a weaponized way. But speaking with people who are a little bit more neutral, more removed from the actual argument that's taking place, the debate at hand, right? Third-party objective observers who are more mindful that words have meaning and impact, being able to speak with them and get the insight of, like, hey, this is out of line and this is why. It made me really it really did make me understand at a deeper level. Okay, I get it. Like, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy that I need to kind of slightly censor myself. I'm not happy that I can't be an emotional creature the way I would like to be. I'm not happy that I can't have a heated debate. But think about everything I just said. I'm not happy that I can't overreact in public. I'm not happy that I can't have a heated debate in the public. Like, I should be happy that I can't be those things, because I should be looking to have a rational, non-emotional conversation.
Right.
But we're creatures we're mimetic creatures. We mimic one another. So when someone comes at you with ire, you mimic that back. Right? And I'm basically saying I feel cheated, because I can't give them the same visceral that they spit at me.
Right. It's one of those things where when you have the platform and like Norm has his take, Joey now has the option to choose whether or not to engage. And if you do choose to engage, and this isn't just for Joey, right? This is for me, for you, for anyone with a platform. When you choose to engage, you now have to kind of have in the back of your mind, is this going to be a good faith discussion and something worth me using my platform for? Because if he decided, you know what, when someone brought up the Norman chat stuff and Joey said, you know what, I don't want to discuss this. I don't care. That's different than saying someone should go punch this guy in the ribs.
Right.
Right? Because now you're choosing not to engage and you're not using your platform to leverage it. You're saying, I don't want to deal with this conversation right now. But it's hard to do in the moment when someone's criticizing what you're doing.
Right.
It's just a matter of taking that second step and thinking, I have a platform. How is this going to actually impact me? But when you're in the middle of doing a stream for constant hours, like edibles, this, that, whatever, you're just going to revert back to like your primal roots as an individual saying, this is something I don't know how to deal with. Fuck this.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate takeaway here is that we can all understand how it devolved, but we don't have to accept it. And nobody's trying to cancel Joey,
Yeah, of course not.
or anything along those lines. But I do think we should hold him to a standard high enough where not only does he work this out in some sort of amicable way, but you apologize, man. It's not hard. Like that's the least that can happen here, right? Like I don't know, man. I'm very much and always have been Alon and Norman apologists because I do truly hold them as just absolute legends of our space. And to me, they're like the grandpa collectively that can do no wrong, right? And I think that like that's a good thing.
Yeah, they're icons in the industry, right? They were up for the Hall of Fame this year and everything like that. So that's like, yeah, we do see them in that kind of light.
I think it's a good thing to see people that way in your space that have earned it because it's not to say that they literally can do no wrong. Obviously, if they do something egregious, we'll hold them to it. But without looking at them in that regard, then that deference never occurs. The second you reduce people who are that accomplished and that far ahead and have been such legends of the space, the second you reduce them to being on level playing field with you is the second that you can also feel above them. And that's not fucking fair to everything that they've done.
Yeah, people said that Joey did apologize.
Oh,
and he said he shouldn't have said it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
I'm glad I know Joey well enough to know that he also sees a problem with it.
Yeah. Right, for sure.
I do want to defend your position a little bit, Landon, because I do think, yes, it is a cop-out to a large degree, but I think the platform in which that you're speaking, it's almost like...
I didn't intend for it to be like a...
No, I know.
Okay.
It's not singular, but I see it almost like the gun debate, right? Where people are saying it's the responsibility of the gun owner, don't regulate the guns, right? But clearly we do need some regulation because we can't have everybody driving around with like RPGs and bazookas, right? So there is some sort of cap that we need to have it as. And Twitter is a place where apologies aren't great for your brand. I shouldn't say aren't great for your brand. Rather, they don't garner a lot of anything, but dunking on people does. And Joey probably used it as a dunking on moment. And that's what initiated all of this stuff.
Correct, because it wasn't in good faith. And what I would say from the Twitter versus gun debate thing is, from Twitter itself, the ramifications of, call it being a human, where ramifications could be inciting violence, could be saying like a fuck you, right, is different than shooting someone, right? Because like if someone in a gun debate gets angry, right, like just has a gun on them, that's more dangerous and more of a crime, where on social media...
Yeah, I'm particularly talking about the physics inside of the system.
Sure.
Right, rather than... an absolute.
Yeah. I just think that the really important thing to take away is that when you have a platform and there's something that comes across your desk, you have a choice to engage. That's what you get to do with your platform.
Correct.
And being able to choose responsibly is part of your responsibility.
Because in this world, Norman committed Twitter suicide, right? Like he said, I'm not going to engage in this platform altogether. And I'm saying that sucks really, really bad. And we do need to look back at how we've weaponized words,
right?
Whatever we've done, and say this can't happen. This shouldn't happen, because we lost a very important voice, I think, in the community. And hopefully he comes back.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, to round all this out, this isn't as zoomed in on just Norman and Joey as we may think. Like, he's had a lot of struggles within the community. There's a lot of things that he doesn't feel a part of, or you know, isn't happy with the direction that we're moving in. And that's anybody who has been around this long. Like, you're going to age out of certain aspects. It's not going to feel good. You're going to see your generation kind of get passed by in certain ways, and you're going to have a lot of pushback about the way things are done and things of that nature. I think this was just kind of the final straw. So on that, you know, I think it was an important conversation to have. It's not exactly the tone that I was going for this show, but it's relevant, and that's what we do. If shit pops up, we talk about it.
I got the tone for you, though. The shit is popping. It is Thanksgiving. It's my time. You guys know it's my fucking birthday on Friday?
Actually, I did not.
Yeah, you fucking piece of shit friend. fucking older friend.
I thought you were here with your only
to
friends.
To be fair, the only person's birthday that I know in this room is Brian's.
That's
and it's
nice.
because I've known since I was 10.
That's fair. That's
and
fair.
it's because it's on the 11th.
That's fair.
I think
The only
it's the
reason
same. It's the same as you.
The only reason why I know your birthday is because the same as Naya's.
Okay. Yeah. if his birthday was literally on the 12th, I wouldn't ever fucking remember it.
You know whose birthday is on
it's
the
the
12th?
11th.
It's Corey's.
Yours?
April
12th? See, now I'll remember it because of this little exchange we just had.
And you know Corey's birthday is
August.
on the 12th.
No, I did not.
August 12th.
Or January 12th?
And I only know
29th.
29th.
I only know that because it's the day after mine.
Right. You see how we work?
Connie, you're turning 36?
No.
35?
I think so. 87. So.
37, 35.
Yeah, 35.
Yep.
You're a grown-ass child.
I am
It's crazy.
I am a young adult in this
35
world.
years old.
Could you imagine? I'm older than Conrad, too.
Wow.
You look it.
It's so insane
you're
how
not.
when we had Andy on Monday for his birthday, I don't know why, but for some reason, I always thought I was significantly older than him and Dan. And I find out he's turning 39. I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Now, granted, I mean, I see him as a 49-year-old man, but nevertheless.
Andy's turning 39. Dan is a little bit older, too. He's like
30. He'll be 30.
He'll be 39 his next
Yeah,
birthday, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're going into Thanksgiving. I want to know what do you guys love about Thanksgiving? What's the best and the worst? Like, what are we doing?
Let's start with the worst, because I think I have a different outlook on Thanksgiving. As far as holidays go, to me, Thanksgiving is like with a bullet number 2. Like, it's Christmas, Thanksgiving to me, and it's not even remotely close. But I feel like collectively, Thanksgiving is somewhere in like the 7-8 range.
Oh, really?
For the rest of people.
I'm kind of there with you.
Okay. I like Thanksgiving food.
I love Thanksgiving food.
A lot.
Of course.
Like, I would eat Thanksgiving food every single day.
Turkey, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes. I'm in.
You kind of
And
do.
gravy.
Yeah.
I mean, just substitute.
If turkey were easier to make,
substitute turkey with chicken and rice, and there you go.
Yeah.
There's your meal.
There was one year that my parents made Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving dinner on Christmas as well. It was the best.
Oh, my family always. I didn't realize that there was
the difference.
What do people usually have for Christmas? Ham?
Ham? Yeah, holiday ham.
Okay, we had turkey. Honestly, it might have been a byproduct of me because I wasn't a ham eater growing up.
Okay.
I was a little bitch. So I was like, I want my turkey. I love turkey. I think turkey's like second best meat behind red meat, probably. It's way better than chicken. Significantly better than chicken.
I think chicken's great, man. I don't know what
It
you're talking
depends.
about.
It depends on the chicken, right? Because like if you're just eating like boneless, skinless chicken breast, yes. When you cook a whole turkey, it's gonna be better.
Listen,
right?
Yeah,
you're gonna
fair.
have the skin. It's gonna be all intact. You're gonna have.
But
you
even
know,
like
the
lunch
dark
meat turkey, superior to any chicken breast I've ever had. Chicken breast is serviceable.
You're ridiculous.
Turkey lunch
One
meat is
thing-
the best. The absolute
Well, lunch
best.
meat's trash.
There's nothing better.
My favorite way to eat turkey is actually. Have you guys gone to a fair?
Oh,
gotten
and they
the-
have the giant like
Holy
king,
fuck.
like the
That's
king
like
drumsticks.
mutton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. It makes me feel like a Landon. Like I'm just ripping
Yeah.
to a fucking
A Viking.
Yes.
Have you ever had deep fried turkey?
I haven't.
Yes. It's
I'm not a
very
fan.
good. No.
No.
Really?
Really.
I'm not a fan at all.
Brian, that's the next thing we need to make.
A deep fried turkey.
Please
I could
don't
that.
do
I
that.
think if I did it, you would like
Why?
it. I don't know.
I
feel
like all your meats.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like whatever happens.
Just give me Lamanna's meat in my mouth and we are a happy camper, man.
That's why we've been friends for so long.
That's right.
No. Oh my God. What just happened?
Can you make brisket?
Why do you have a fucking pinata with Landon's face on it? Is that my face? What the goddamn hell? Oh man! What the goddamn hell's going on here?
At least it has a championship belt.
What is happening?
So
here?
you didn't identify what you didn't like then?
Yeah.
As far as Thanksgiving food
Yeah.
goes,
No, Thanksgiving.
okay. So for me, it's one of my favorite holidays. I think it's like
Put in a
top
tier list.
I think it's S tier.
Wow.
I think Easter is one of the most overblown holidays of all time.
Submit.
Oh, it's terrible.
As an
Yeah,
adult,
it's
I don't
so
even know that
fucking
Easter
stupid.
exists,
Yeah, it's
especially
not
because it
even-
changes every year.
It's pretty much like not even a
Easter
holiday
is
anymore.
absurdly like ridiculous.
One of the best
holiday.
school vacations, though,
Yes, it is.
especially in PA because Easter Monday's first day of Buck.
No, that's Thanksgiving.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
F
Why-
tier.
We used to get Monday
well,
off.
we would get Easter Monday off for something.
What?
because it's Easter
I've
Monday.
never heard of Easter Monday.
Yeah, Easter Monday is an actual.
We got Good
thing.
Friday off.
Yeah, always Good Friday.
You got 4-day weekends?
Yeah, 4-day weekends. Easter was the best.
You know what's crazy is like we say that, but like most people had they had like spring break.
Yeah, I'm pretty
They
sure
would
I
have
had
like a
spring
whole
break.
week off
Oh, that's
for
wild.
Easter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Most people had a whole week off for Easter. When I think Michelle did, and like they're like, wait, you didn't get a whole week off for Easter? I'm like, no, we got Friday and Monday.
I think we got that Friday off, and then we had the following week for spring break.
See,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we.
Well, we never had any
We
10-day
never had a spring
vacations.
break.
We
That's-
definitely.
But
had,
I think we ended earlier. So I think
Yeah.
I think the school year ended earlier for us, which I'm fine with. Summer vacation is an extra week long.
we were
Yeah.
100% had a 10-day vacation time there.
I had Easter break too.
Wow. Rich people problems, man.
Why
Us poor, uneducated folk, we had to spend a little extra time in the classroom, you know?
Yeah.
You just got it moved
Learn how to
differently.
mop the floors and clean the toilets.
What are you talking about? My school ended in June.
It's probably because we had the fucking first day of buck off as a goddamn holiday.
Mm-hmm.
What is buck?
Buck hunting season.
Yeah, deer hunting.
Male-
First
Are
day
you
of
male
fucking
deer.
deers.
kidding me?
First day
No,
of
yeah,
deer.
100%.
That was a fucking holiday.
It was a holiday, yeah.
All right, so Florida and Pennsylvania need to be burned down. That's what we come down to.
I agree to that.
Yeah, we're just gonna burn Florida and Pennsylvania.
I
What
don't
is
understand.
fine?
No, Florida is
Listen,
not
you
fine.
can burn.
We
the
also
bad
had
parts.
We also had an annual skip day that aligned with your graduation year. So we were 2000, so we'd skip the 100th day of school every year.
Yeah,
We was
just
a
accepted
selective
it.
one.
yeah, no.
They just
We
they
had
allowed
to
it.
do the 100
Absolutely
day
not.
because it was always 97, 98, 90. Like, well, I guess
Yeah.
it has to be 100.
Well, it seems logical to me.
Seems logical to me too.
Okay, what don't you like though?
What don't I like about? I don't like pies.
All right,
yeah, same
next
kinda.
person.
I'm
That's
kind of out on pies.
ridiculous.
Pecan pie. Love pecan pie.
I don't really care for pies either.
Okay, I can understand why you don't like pumpkin pie. You in particular, because
Yeah.
it's very like spicy.
Yeah.
It's very
Pumpkin
powerful.
spice to me, meh.
Yeah, agreed.
But like apple,
Ridiculous
blueberry,
take.
you don't like those.
I don't want fruit in my dessert, man.
Yeah.
Pies are like D tier.
Yeah, he doesn't like fruit.
I would
So
take
it's
candy.
hard- it's
I
hard
would
for him
honestly
to like
take
pie.
candy over pies when it comes to dessert.
So I think that in terms of desserts, S tier is like a nice crumbled blueberry or apple pie with like a scoop that's hot, like piping hot. Scoop of
Put
ice
vanilla
cream.
ice cream on it.
You put it on,
Yeah.
you let it sit
It
in,
melts.
and then those last bites where it's like soggy cream.
I think you meant to say
Ice cream.
brownie. If you said brownie instead, we're on the same page here.
Brownie is also very good.
Yeah, we're on the
like
same
that.
page.
But
I don't know, man.
pies.
Pies.
No,
so
no,
good.
those
Like
well,
the thunder
okay.
from down under at Outback.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to
agree.
James Norier in the chat. He clearly grew up on the economical side of things as I did. He goes French silk pie and sweet potato pie is massively goated. French silk pie is that like dollar pie you can buy.
Oh yeah.
That just like it comes out and all it is fucking pudding in a pie crust.
Yep.
Oh, never mind. I had Sara Lee's growing up.
Same. Well, I mean that's the non-generic version, but same thing.
Okay, yeah. I love Sara Lee's.
Nobody
Holy
does it
crap.
like Sara Lee.
Man.
I know all the fucking. Man, I think I got babysat by TV too much.
Oh, I know. Jingles
Sit
were
down
the
and
thing.
shut up.
Jingles were the thing back then, though.
Yeah.
Don't fucking move.
Yeah, I know them all.
When it came to Thanksgiving for me, I was always like so much more into like the food wise. Like I don't care about pies and shit like that. I love turkey, the sides, the mashed potatoes, the fucking stuffing, mac and cheese.
It's funny. I say I love Thanksgiving food, but like thinking back, we didn't really have it like that. So all my Thanksgiving food was like the most basic generic shit you could. So it's a turkey, obviously, and then homemade mashed potatoes that were always lumpy as fuck. Wouldn't have them any other way.
I prefer them that way.
Yeah, of course. And then just like fucking 25-cent canned corn with like fucking the cranberry sauce that still has the ribbing from the can on it. We never had like homemade sweet potatoes. It was always just like yams out of a fucking can. Like just the biggest garbage food on earth. But like it didn't matter to me because all I ate was the potatoes and meat. Like that was just me. Man, corn and mashed potatoes though, underrated combination.
It's the best combination.
Only have it
ever.
once a year. When the fuck else are you having corn and potatoes?
Very starchy.
But goddamn, what is it about the corn?
It's
I don't
good.
know.
It's also peas and potatoes.
So growing up,
I do like peas.
It's fucking so good, peas and potatoes.
Do you consider birthdays a holiday?
No.
Like a personal
no,
holiday or no? Like if, on a tier list, birthday is not on there.
No.
Okay.
So everybody is off on Friday because it's my birthday. It's a national
no,
holiday.
shut up.
Nope.
Okay.
We're not off.
So growing up, I always ate everything separate. Thanksgiving was the only time that I mixed my mashed potatoes, my corn, and my turkey together.
Yes.
Wait, were you like
and then you
Andy?
eat it.
Are you like Andy? Like you won't like?
No. I wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Like I didn't have to finish everything first in order, but I'm telling you, man, like you have buttered potatoes, buttered corn,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then you have to have like a sauce on your, like the fat sauce basically on
Butter.
your turkey.
Yeah, it's called gravy, you idiots.
Gravy.
I like thinking of the triple butter. You just have butter, corn, butter
could
potatoes,
be.
and butter sauce. It's just
So
melted butter.
Malaysian Thanksgiving is the same as American Thanksgiving.
It is the same.
Okay.
Or American Thanksgiving is the same as American Thanksgiving.
Sure.
You fucking
Obviously, we used to do like growing up. I love Thanksgiving. Get the whole family to get a real Italian type of
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. We had all the traditional stuff.
They'd
We
fucking
had the,
rigatoni.
100%, right? We had we had the turkey and the mashed
I
potatoes
know.
stuffing, right? Of course we had the pasta. My mom made a whole pot of homemade sauce, and we had all that kind of stuff. Maybe we might even wedding soup or something. Who knows?
Hey, Bazone.
Yeah, that was fun. But
I will say the other thing that I loathe about Thanksgiving is the casseroles. Take your casseroles and shove them.
I'm not a casserole person.
I
either.
love
It's just
casserole.
I like them as long as there's not breading in them.
Green bean casserole,
honestly,
maybe with the it's all
I
right.
think casserole probably gets a bad rap just because of the name too. It just
I don't
sounds
know,
like
man.
not a
Sounds bad.
delicious
I
food.
don't know. I just feel like they take a bunch of shit, mix it together, and throw it in the oven.
That's what it
Isn't
is.
that what you do with your food when you eat it anyways on Thanksgiving? You
No.
mix your turkey, corn,
Kinda, yeah.
It's
But-
potatoes, and you
you're not
mash
gonna
them all
make a-
together. What
you're
if
not
you just
gonna
made
make
a turkey casserole?
No, because that's not what it is. It's like cream. It's like cream and green beans and
But what
all
if you
this other
remove the
nonsense.
green
breadcromes
beans?
is the
Yeah,
problem for me.
it can't be.
I don't think you know what
Really?
casserole is.
I don't do the
Okay,
breadcrumbs
so-
with anything.
You
To
make whatever
me,
you
a
want.
good casserole has like nice, not green beans. It has to be
Green
like,
bean casserole is nut low for sure.
I
love
agree.
green
It has
beans.
to be like pasta in it. Obviously, the cream. There needs to be broccoli and some meat.
Okay, I'm out on all of this, but
I'm
Really?
with you.
you do you, bro.
I like it.
That's fine.
Hold on. You know what?
I really
I
like
will also
casserole.
say another reason that I think I like Thanksgiving so much is don't shoot the messenger, but like by far the best leftovers of any
Oh
holiday.
no! Nobody's
Yeah.
going to disagree with that. I think
Yeah, for sure.
I think some people like the leftovers more than they like the actual
Can eat Thanksgiving
meal.
leftovers for 10
Yeah,
days.
leftovers.
When
are
I was in
great.
college, Thanksgiving was such a saving grace. It was like, oh, I'm going to eat till Christmas
right?
because we have all this turkey and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's it. And you can always just re-moisten the potatoes. You got more butter. You got more gravy.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? Let's play this game, Matt.
Okay.
Do you know what a casserole is?
I think I do.
What is it?
It's usually a mixture of like a lot of the ingredients Andre was talking about. Specifically green bean casserole would be like green beans, cream, breading or
You're
breadcrumbs.
so far off, and the only reason why I know is because the fucking smirk on this kid's face.
Well, a casserole is normally a large, deep pan or bowl used for cooking a variety of dishes in an oven.
That's a casserole dish. Yeah.
The dish.
Well, that's what a casserole is. Yeah.
No,
it's
that's a casserole dish.
It could have a lot of different things.
Main ingredients: chopped vegetables, meat, and starchy binder. So
Yeah, it's effectively
you can
like a pot pie.
So you can remove your chopped vegetables like green beans, add your chicken and potatoes and turkey, and shove them in the casserole pan, and there's your turkey casserole.
This all makes so much sense. I don't like the breading from pot pies either.
Let me go ahead and name the single worst thing about Thanksgiving that I think all of you guys are going to agree on.
Okay.
Okay. So you're getting ready. Everybody's spent all day.
Is it family?
I have to talk to people.
But it could be for some people. Okay, you spend all day making this food. You're nibbling here and there, right? Everybody sits down, and then instead of digging in, you have to wait fucking 15 minutes for everybody to go over what they're thankful for.
Oh, no,
we didn't do that shit. No.
Shut the fuck up.
We didn't even
did
sit.
that
Honestly,
shit.
we didn't even sit at the table.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with the thankful for what? I'm going to eat.
Well, for what it's worth, my family
we
did
yelled
that.
at my grandma for like an hour. Is it done yet? And then we fucking served ourselves buffet style and went and watched football.
We're out of there.
At my house, we have this huge table. It's filled with food.
And
Everybody
Malaysians.
sits
You're
down.
right, though.
We have an
That's a
island.
tradition, and most people
Yeah,
do
we have an
this.
island that's filled with food. Everybody plates themselves. Nobody eats. And they go, okay, let's hold hands and talk about what we're thankful for.
No fucking
it's like,
way.
Can we fucking do this at dessert, please? Like, stop. Why are you doing this
family,
now?
We did it, but we did it during the meal. It was like you could eat and also do it at the same time. It wasn't like you had to wait.
I'm not
so it was
holding
fine.
your sweaty ass hands right before I eat. All right, that's out of control.
Man, there are some things like when I hear it, I'm just like, you know what? That is a good thing. Like it just benefits human society to actually follow these traditions and do them. But whenever I actually think about partaking, I'm with you, man. Like, don't touch. Like, just, can we not?
Leave me the fuck alone.
This is a me problem. This is for sure a me problem, and it's a Conrad problem. Like we should all hug more. We should all hold hands more. We should all tell each other why we're thankful, why we appreciate each other more. But the reality is, I need to go to my room. I need to withdraw right now from this situation before I lose it.
I'm talking too
okay,
much.
To be clear, I was saying move it to dessert, not get rid of it.
Well, I think Conrad and I are on the page of let's just get rid of it altogether.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, we're going to
made
talk
me feel
about
bad.
our next segment is what we're thankful for this year.
No, that's what I want to wrap on.
Wait a minute.
It is here.
We are going to do it.
I,
Okay.
for one, love that everybody gets to think about the gratitude on Thanksgiving.
Yes, the gratitude.
Because every time I try to say, you know what, I appreciate you, I get, you're toxically positive.
You are.
There's a difference between toxically positive.
Stay toxic, King. We got you.
Max positive tox.
Does anybody have? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No,
Does
go
anybody
ahead.
have like a favorite Thanksgiving or like a memory of something this year? Like anything that happened, you know? So I'll share mine. So my birthday's right around this time. It always falls on within the 3 days of Thanksgiving. And one day I was opening my gifts, of course, because you get birthday presents on Thanksgiving. And I got hit with the 45 boxes to find a fucking tickets for the Knicks and the Rangers game. Like I literally big box, small box. Finally get to these fucking tickets and a goddamn Knicks hat. And it's like the only thing that ever like I remember about Thanksgiving kind of. It's like, ooh.
Wow.
I remember that day.
You know what's funny? What's funny about this is it's less Thanksgiving, more of a birthday memory.
Well, it's
tied in together.
But it's not a Thanksgiving.
No, but it
trend.
makes sense.
It's-
My nephew's birthday is 2 days after Christmas, and he's the same. Like his birthday parties wash over Christmas.
We never
holidays.
have. It's never separate for us.
No, of course.
It's
right.
always the same. So that's what I always, you know.
Yeah. My sister's birthday is by Christmas, 2 days after. So same kind of idea. Or 1 day after.
Yeah, we get fucked, man.
Well, she actually got rewarded because she got the whole double present thing.
What are you saying we for?
Yeah, we is just you. It's only your birthday is now.
No, he doesn't get. There's no presents on Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm saying. It's only for you.
No, I was.
He
talking
said
about, I'm talking
we
about
get
food wise.
fucked.
I'm talking about food wise.
How do you get fucked?
Because you normally get a home cooked meal on your birthday too.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
What?
We grew up different.
Yeah.
Home cooked meal.
Yeah.
Fuck. Or at least you go out something.
Get a ketchup fucking sandwich.
You're cutting ketchup and tuna ass.
I get the good bread.
No, I remember that. my sister's a couple years younger, but her birthday falls very close to Christmas. So she'd always get presents that we got 2 years older, like phones she got 2 years younger. And it's her birthday and Christmas. So she got lumped in for all like the good presents.
All right, so she really got screwed.
No, she got rewarded. She got like giga presents because it was birthday and Christmas.
See,
it wasn't it wasn't a substitute.
Yeah.
It was a plus.
A lot of times people with birthday fall right next to Christmas. It'd be like, here's your Christmas and your birthday.
No,
they get the 2 for 1 or the one for 2. I guess.
Yeah, that's
she
my
got
nephew.
double.
Yeah.
I think my favorite tradition with Thanksgiving, maybe why I have such fond memories of it also, was during high school and throughout college, we would have an annual turkey bowl. And this just made the holiday worthwhile. We never so being on the East Coast, it was beneficial in the sense that the actual football games on TV don't start till either 1 and 4 or 3 and 6.
Well,
it used to be 2.
When we were growing up, it was just 2. It was just Dallas
now it's 3.
and Detroit would play, and
Yeah.
I think they would. Yeah, it would be like 1 and 4 maybe.
Yeah, it might have even been 3 and 6. Anyway, it didn't matter. We took the morning every year to get our group of friends together, and we would go play touch football.
Oh no, we played tackle.
Yeah, we played tackle
That's why
too.
I was in quotes.
Yeah, we played
Yeah,
tackle
I
too.
got it.
Jace got obliterated one year. Just got his ankle absolutely smoked, and then we had to stop playing with Glenn because he was both too fast and too strong, and he couldn't throw a football. So like he just became too much of a weapon if he wasn't quarterback, and he couldn't quarterback. So it was like, well, sorry, man, you're not invited anymore.
Yeah. He was like Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like you're just on the outs looking in. My least favorite thing about Thanksgiving, I lost it. Oh my gosh. How did I just forget? Football. It correlated to football. Oh, the one time I recall the Steelers playing on Thanksgiving versus Detroit.
I said, huh.
Fucking Bettis goes out.
Oh,
they go into
man.
overtime. Jerome Bettis goes out to call the toss, and he says heads. Clearly, for everyone in the entire stadium to hear. Or maybe he said tails. I don't remember. Whatever. He called whatever the coin landed on. It was abundantly clear to anybody who was listening, except for the ref.
No way.
The ref.
I think he started to say heads, and then he said tails. So he went tails like that, and then they he was like, no, I said tails, and then in the interview he was like, no, I said and then I said tails, but he never said heads.
I don't even remember it being controversial. I remember listening to it and just being like, that was abundantly clear that he called what the coin came up. And this was previous overtime rules, so like first score wins.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, Lions obviously get the ball, fucking kick a field goal, win the goddamn game. Break my heart on
Well, if you
Thanksgiving.
watch any football game now and you watch the coin toss, which they don't show it in the beginning, but they sometimes show it in the going into overtime, is you have to call
before it's flipped.
Before it's flipped. It used to be call it in the air, right? And now it's call it before because of that exact play Guapa just showed.
Yep, that's my least favorite Thanksgiving memory by an absolute long shot. Do you guys have any traditions growing up?
We also played football. I also played football. But once it started snowing every Thanksgiving, it was over for me.
Oh man,
I think it was like
that was what made it good.
Nah, I was never a fan of the snow, man. Like just can't do it. It's too cold.
We used to go to my grandma's house. She lived right next to me growing up, and all the cousins would go, and you know, all the adults would go through 3 or 4 gallons of the table wine, and
I'm surprised Berkey
and
didn't
then once
spend
we
over there.
got to of
bro,
age,
he lived in the
we
boondocks.
went through the gallons of
he
wine
lived
ourselves.
in the boonies. He was the only one who didn't come to the football game because he's too fucking far away.
Yeah, way far.
And we didn't invite him.
You were too busy. You were too busy.
They didn't invite me because same reason they didn't invite Glenn because I was too fast and too strong.
No, the turkey bowl was actually inviting Lamanna into town and then just dodging him for the entire morning.
I literally was way too fast and way too strong for them in high school. It wasn't even close.
He was on HGH.
Yes, I was on HGH. Of course I was on HGH.
Wait a minute.
Of course I was on HGH.
Wow, this is a really interesting story arc for me because now you are the tortoise.
I know.
And you went from
That
your
metabolism
hair to
slowed the fuck
tortoise
down.
arc.
I'm still fast. I'm just
Just not furious.
No, see, the tortoise isn't slow. He's just steady and
Methodical.
consistent. That's all.
Yeah, steady and consistent.
You know what I like now about Thanksgiving is it's you don't have to be beholden to the traditions, right? It's not just turkey. I'm cooking a goddamn brisket.
I'm excited for this brisket.
Brisket tonight.
I'm excited to mix turkey and brisket. To be honest.
There you go. Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Because why wouldn't I?
I think the not like weird things that I've experienced personally, but the things that some people do, and some of it's memes, some of it's real, is like when they do like the turducken, or like they add a turkey and
the
then
John Madden thing,
and then they put like a different animal also into the turkey.
I know this is gonna not sit well, but like there's a How I Met Your Mother. There's a How I Met Your Mother episode.
I was always a How I Met Your Mother.
I wish Andy were here for this.
The reference.
I wish Andy were here for this because I know he saw this episode and I know he enjoyed it. But it was
Slapsgiving.
It was Slapsgiving. Yes, absolutely. You get it. But they had a turducken where they shoved a duck inside of a turkey, and they had the guy from Lost, which I've never seen. The bearded guy from Lost.
He's seen every episode of fucking How I Met Your Mother, but you've never seen Lost.
Lost is one of the best of all time.
Turducken. But honestly, I've never tried a turducken. I just meant like in Florida, there'd be like the memes, like someone from Florida puts like an octopus into the turkey.
Right. Guys.
Yeah,
what
blitz.
the fuck is a turducking? I have never heard of this.
You know what, Conrad? What do you think a turducken is?
I know. Use context clues, you
obviously,
idiot.
but like, is
It's
this
a
really
chicken.
a thing?
It's a chicken shoved inside of a duck, shoved inside of a turkey.
But like, is this really a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
You think I just came up with turducken now?
Jesus Christ.
Chicken, duck, turkey.
John Madden like made it famous because he was talking about it on Thanksgiving, one of the football days. Yeah, he was very excited.
He used to give away a
about it.
turducken to the MVP of the night game on Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah, the Madden bus.
So wild to me because I've never heard of this.
Oh, now you have.
You don't know, now
That's
you know.
country ass shit.
You don't know what's going on.
It's probably good though, honestly. A turducken.
Oh God, yeah.
It's just good.
Look at him digging into that motherfucker. Al Michaels is beside himself.
He's a savage. I can't believe he's doing it like no gloves or anything.
Who did it better? Helmuth with the roast beef or that?
He looks like Lamanna breaking apart the brisket.
Okay, that reminds me. Listen, can I give some advice to the people out there cooking turkeys tomorrow? Okay, listen.
What is cooking advice?
I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you how to cook it, right? There's many methods. There's the deep frying method. There's the brining, all this stuff. When you cut the turkey, please don't just like, you know that traditional where they slice into it? It's just all skin. And now you're just taking all the skin for one piece. No, you want to remove the breast itself. Then you turn it sideways and you slice straight down. That way you're cutting against the grain. It's not going to be stringy. It's going to be nice and tender, and everybody's going to get a nice little piece of crispy skin with it.
That's some buffet style turkey.
I'm just saying, like, please just cut your turkey the right way.
Yeah. You dig?
I'd like to give a little advice as well. I'd say my favorite part of Thanksgiving is that I actually get to experience it. For literally 30 years, I didn't get to have a Thanksgiving because I've been working in food and restaurant. So if you guys are out and about and you're having Thangsgiving at a restaurant, try to be a little extra.
I thought this was going to take a much darker turn. I was really bracing myself for like the camp that he was in.
I was
in prison. He's like, I was in prison for 25 years, and like they just don't even acknowledge the holiday there.
I took it for the gratitude. Like I, for whatever reason, couldn't have Thanksgiving, but now I can have it with you guys.
Right. No, that's very sweet.
But you went to the other dark side.
Did you guys know the night before Thanksgiving is like the biggest drinking holiday of the year?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Mom was a big partier. She was only like 18 years old.
The night before Thanksgiving is a holiday?
It's the biggest party.
It's the biggest drinking night of the year.
It's the biggest party day of the year.
Like outside of New Year's Eve.
Like for bars and because everyone's off the next day, so everyone's.
So that's tonight.
Oh
that's
yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Come
Vegas
on,
about to get lit tonight, baby.
I'm actually going out tonight.
Oh yeah, you are.
EBC.
Oh yeah.
Encore Beach Club.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh man.
Somebody's ass getting laid tonight.
Wait, Encore Beach Club is still open?
It's always open. 24/7, 365, baby. We get it popping.
No, I think it's just their last thing.
That might be the last thing.
It's gonna be about 30 degrees.
They just fucking ice the pool over and do ice skating and shit.
They did that at Resorts World.
Yeah, see, he knows.
Yeah.
At Resorts World,
Enchanted.
they have
to look a lot like Christmas.
there's some good content that is there.
I don't know if we want to get into this, but Michelle said she's busting out the
Carols?
the Christmas
I
decorations
for
tonight.
one, I'm not huge on Christmas decorations. I probably should. Deep down, I have a very big soft spot for Christmas. I love Christmas carols. Love them. My granddad had a record with like 40 carols on it, like all like Bing Crosby type shit. And we would literally put this record on, not cassette, not CD, record, a fucking vinyl. And it was scratched, and Rudolph would always get a remix. But
It's
every
the
year,
remix to Rudolph.
every year we would listen to side A on repeat, flip it over. You know, the late night carols were on side B.
Right.
That's where you get
What is late night carols?
well, you get like a little drummer boy in there. You know, a little more low key.
There's late night versus
Carey,
daytime.
The B-sides.
Yeah, it's the B side. You know.
That's the Mariah Carey remixes.
When do we think the most appropriate time to start playing Christmas music is?
Never.
Day after Thanksgiving. It's always Black Friday.
Agree.
Yeah.
Because there's like Christmas movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but Black Friday is kind of.
Yeah, I think Home Alone probably starts getting put in the loop.
Once,
day of.
literally as soon as Thanksgiving ends, the Christmas season begins.
Yeah.
I got a
Just
bone
how
to
it
pick.
is.
Go on. Is it a wishbone?
Why am I the opening graphic of the Black Friday
Yo.
sale?
we got these interns, man. They're getting out of line, man. They're getting out of line.
It literally took me a couple seconds to get it. I was like, "What? Oh."
Somebody actually
That's 'cause you're the
commented.
tortoise.
I
The
started
tortoise is
dying
slow and
laughing when I
methodical.
saw it.
I mean, in his defense, I gave him a folder of Poker Out Loud images. And yours was the most aesthetic.
Understand.
And, you know, it's Friday and you're black, I
get
guess.
it.
I mean, I don't know.
Friday.
We
Just
gotta,
got paid.
We got to talk to these interns, man. They're getting a little out of control. We got to wrangle them in. All right, let's close this thing up. I have a meeting in 15. What's everybody thankful for?
I'm thankful Landon won't be there tomorrow, so we can have leftovers to bring home.
Wow, that's fucked up, man.
I understand, and I love that for you.
Thank you, Landon.
What am I thankful for just in general? I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for being
let
here.
him go last.
Yeah.
No, well, I can keep it short, but I'm thankful that I have so many positive influences around me that help me be a better version of myself every day.
That was great.
Yep.
Very heartwarming.
I am thankful. I'm thankful for you guys, for friends, for family, a good support group, and a lot of food. Because a lot of people don't have that kind of food, so I am thankful to be able to make a brisket, to eat a turkey, and share it with you guys.
Aww.
I'm thankful for Guapo taking my spot, so I don't have to be here. Thanks, Guapo.
No problem. Real quick for me, I'm just thankful to be here, hanging out with you guys. You guys have all been super patient. I came from an industry that knows nothing about OBS and cameras and mics and stuff, and I've certainly made my flubs, and I'll continue to make mistakes, but you guys have been really great, open arms, and I appreciate it.
You've done great.
Yeah, you kill it.
I am thankful for the absolute shit show that is Poker Twitter. Without you guys, there's no way we could do this day in and day out. So
it's true.
God bless you for all the heavy lifting.
I'm also thankful for creatine,
and we are thankful for all the viewers out there.
Yeah,
you guys, if you guys weren't here, we wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. On a serious note, I am very thankful for the opportunity to do this day in and day out. I appreciate you guys being able to stick it out. And I say that with my teeth kind of gritted. I know that every day gets to be a little bit redundant, a little bit tough sometimes. We're all fighting for the same airwaves, and we don't always have something great to talk about. But I think the conversations that have come out of the first 170 episodes have been way better than any of us could have ever expected. I think that the trajectory that this show is moving, that this group as a whole is moving, is a very positive one. I think that we have a place in this space and in this community. For that, I'm very appreciative. I'm also appreciative for how welcoming and supportive everybody in the Nerds and Brainiacs crew have been. So on that note, we appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Don't forget that if you are interested in playing the WPT Championship, to head over to WPT Global Poker. They will be giving away a seat a day between now and Saturday, and 8 more seats on Sunday. So be sure to hop in those satellites. A lot of overlay, a lot of value. 15 million up top, not up top. 15 million in the prize pool. God, imagine it was winner take all.
I'm selling.
That's why I want the person that can win a tournament.
Well, yeah, if it were winner take all. We are off tomorrow. We'll be back on Friday. Don't forget that we are running a Black Friday special for anybody who's not a member of S4Y TV. You can sign up now, get a 2-week free trial, as well as half off your first 3 months. Just head to sulfurwhite.io, use the sign-up code Friday22. That's it for us. We're out of here. We appreciate you all so much. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey. Enjoy your football. We'll see you guys Friday.
Thanks for watching.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.